The walls are closing in around Christina already, y'all. But hey, y'all, welcome back to another review of Life of Chess for General Hospital, April 4th, 2025. Okay, y'all, so first things first, let me know your thoughts on today's episode down below. So we're going to start with Trina and Kai. So their whole conversation was just about the possible surgery. She was trying to tell him to think this through. You don't know if Drew is telling the truth. You don't know what he wants. Just trying to let him know. And Kai just excited about it. I can't remember exactly what he said he's going to do. But he said, I know for sure he said that he's going to check with Portia to see what she says. But with Drew threatening her and having that information on her, wouldn't he just tell her to do whatever he says in regards to the Kai situation? That's what I was thinking about. I was like, it don't matter if she over here doing whatever he said instead of just telling the doggone truth. But yeah, that's all they was talking about. And then they started kissing and everything. That's when Lucy showed up to get them to sign up to perform. And I said, look, I don't think they showed the nurses ball next year. Oh, I mean, I don't think they showed it last year, did they? Let me know down below, y'all. But yeah, that's all they was talking about. Drew, Curtis still arguing. I'm sick of them. But yeah, they were still arguing about Kai and both of them accusing the other person of using Kai and all this other stuff. And I was like, oh my goodness, I wish they just make up at this point. But yeah, then Jordan came and asked them to perform, to volunteer to perform. She let them know the Seawell was funding the whole ball. Wasn't Curtis and them there? I don't think Drew was there during the whole Monica reveal. Monica cardiac center reveal. Was he? I think Curtis was, but I don't think Drew was. But yeah, she ends up saying that Sewell gonna be funding the whole thing, so they don't have to donate. Ask them to, perform. So Drew agrees, and then Curtis he gonna agree too. So I want to see what they're gonna do. Do they still be doing the what was it called? What was it called when they be dancing and stuff? It wasn't Magic Mike or nothing like that, was it? I don't know. It was something, but whatever they be doing when they be dancing and stuff, maybe they gonna do that. But yeah, that's all they was talking about. Joss and Vaughn and Brennan. So they was testing her. On yesterday's episode, y'all remember when she said she seen them, the woman put something up in the bread or whatever. So she ends up telling Brennan everything she said. Vaughn ends up denying it. Then they revealed that she passed the last test. But what I want to know about that whole situation is, what's the assignment? Who is she supposed to be following or investigating or whatever? Do y'all think it's going to be Sonny, Jason, or Anna or somebody like that? Well, obviously it's going to be one of them. Obviously it's going to be somebody, a little one, because afterwards, once she made it, look, she made it fast too. What, they be on a jet or something? Look, they made it faster than Jason them that day. But yeah, so she made it. She just walked in or whatever. Time she back. They never said what assignment she would have, but they did show Brandon talking to Vaughn saying that he was gonna be her backup. So I was like, why would he need to be her backup if they trusted her for real, for real? So I was like, who is the target? It got to be one of her little ones, right? Let me know down below. But yeah, I was like, it got to be one of her little ones. Or either somebody that's connected to one of her little ones. Carly and Jason. So they was just having the same discussion about her involvement with Brendan. She was like, it's not about, him, because we could break up in a month and stuff. I said, y'all is going to break up. It might not be a month. It might be a week or so. You is going to break up. But yeah, she was saying how it's not about that or whatever, because we could break up in a month. It's about the fact that I don't like people. Basically, she don't like people telling her what to do and who to talk to and stuff like that. I said, all right, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. He got your mind gone. That's all it is. But I said, Carly has never liked nobody telling her what to do. But at the same time, Jason has always been the one person that she listened to. He always has been. But yeah, ultimately, she do be doing whatever she want to do. And she going to find out the hard way. I just want to know who is Josh investigating. I want to know that. But yeah, what else happened? Like I said, he was saying how, he knows Sonny's world. He knew Sonny's world and everything, but he don't know Brendan's world. He don't know his enemy, so he can't protect her. He was like, did he say that she the most important person in his life, or one of the most important people in his life, or whatever? Then, he was like, I'll take a bullet for you. I said, we know. You ain't got to tell us we know. You ain't got to tell us we know. We know this. This has been proven. What he said yesterday or day before yesterday, Lucas asked, was he there to visit Elizabeth? He said, I'll check on her later. This is about Carly. I was like, really? She in the hospital? You talking about this about Carly? Look, he said, forget the mother of my child. I'm thinking about Carly. I forgot to say that part yesterday or whatever day that was, y'all. But yeah, so he was like, okay, even though he don't like it, he's going to choose to back off and stay out of their relationship. I said, until he find out something, it's something going to happen where he going to be like, okay, I knew I couldn't trust you. I knew I couldn't trust you. Then Josh ends up coming in at the end of the episode saying she's back. And it look like she's having a conversation with Jason on tomorrow's episode. So, not tomorrow. Have I been saying tomorrow? Next week's episode. But yeah, He's supposed to be talking to her about where she's been, so I don't know if he gonna know that she's lying. Either way it goes, Josh, I don't think this may be the feel for her, but at the same time, she ain't ready. She is not ready. If something pop up in regards to her loved one, especially if they had her investigating her loved ones or one of her loved ones or whatever, that's the same thing. That's the same thing. But yeah, y'all know what I'm trying to say. I was like, she ain't gonna last. Even when she was sitting up there telling Brennan about Vaughn, she just met him and she getting emotional and stuff right then and there. Did y'all see that? But yeah, I'm wondering if it's going to be Jason because he been after Sonny already. We know he been after Sonny, so I'm like, it got to be one of them, right? I don't know. We gonna see. We definitely gonna see. Lucy and Jordan, she just ends up saying that she called Laura about the nurses ball, and Laura said she volunteered Jordan, and I was like, here you go. Y'all know the other day when they had a whole little scene where Ezra, wasn't his name Ezra Boyle, Congressman Boyle or whatever his name is, he was trying to tell Jordan to put it in her head that she'll be better married than Laura, and Laura told Isaiah how she think the same thing. She think the same thing, and if she had the opportunity, she'll do this and do that to Sonny and put him away, and she wouldn't be over here buddy buddy with him. I said, y'all been buddy buddy for years. Everybody been buddy buddy with this man. But yeah, so I was like, that scene right there reminded me of that. I was like, yeah, it's gonna be a problem between her and Laura because she gonna feel some type of way. She gonna say, you volunteer me for this type of stuff. But if you the deputy mayor, ain't she supposed to be doing stuff that Laura can't do? I don't know. But Ava and Rick, she was trying to get in and see Rick. Isaiah let her see him. He woke up and he ends up saying that he tried to, break or whatever, and it wouldn't work. The brakes was out. So she went to the mechanic person or whoever it was and asked about it. The dude ended up telling her, somebody cut the brake wires. I was like, Christine, you going to jail. You going to jail. It's too many people. I already know the doggone secret. They don't know that it's Christina, but Rick, that's another thing. Rick woke up, was he talking to Molly now? I think so. It cut off, y'all, but what was I saying? I think Molly and them had just found out. I think she had said she was about to go check on Rick. That's when they seen Ava. She was about to go off on Ava, but then Ava told that Rick was awake. They came in. Molly ends up hugging him or whatever. And they was asking what happened, and he remembered seeing Christina. They showed him waking up when he, had the wreck or whatever. He seen her standing there, and I said, Ava done found out about the brakes. He remember seeing Christina there. They gonna put two and two together. Lucky over here telling her on next week's episode that she need to pay for what she did because she went too far. I said, I'm surprised that's why I said they should have followed up right after it happened. But yeah, they ain't show people coming to the hospital. Well, they show Molly and them, of course, but investigating the whole little scene. I feel like it should have been bigger than what it was, what it's been so far. It should have been an investigation. It should have been police there asking questions about the accident, all this stuff. Nothing yet. But they finna get ready to do something, some type of way. They gonna use this information. Do y'all think that Christina's gonna turn herself in? What are y'all thoughts? Let me know down below. But yeah, I think she had texted Lucky's and he came and he was talking to her and she was like, you're not gonna say anything, are you? Girl, you going to jail. You're going to jail. You ain't gonna stay. I doubt you stay. None of y'all stay. But yeah, I said, girl, you going to jail. To myself, you're not gonna say anything. So he was like, first he need to know what she did to, cause the accident. Well, cause Elizabeth to get hurt or whatever. And like I said on the preview for next week's episode, he gonna be telling her she went too far. She needs to turn herself in or whatever he gonna be telling her. But yeah, Ava, Rick, I didn't even write down Molly and them. Elizabeth and Lucky, he was just checking on her. I think he brought her some items and everything. People saying, look, did y'all see that? They talking about son Elizabeth's supposed to pass away. I said, Look, I'm talking like I know. I said, I said, there's too many people dying and getting off the show. They ain't gonna have nobody. The Sonny over here having heart problems. Christina, she actually get arrested. She going to jail. I was like, the Michael gone. I was like, they can't take everybody. But then again, I don't know. Y'all know what this right, and we never really know. But yeah, Elizabeth and Lucky was just talking. He was checking on her and everything. She assumed that he thought that Rick was the cause of the accident. She was like, don't blame Rick or whatever. And I was like, he know who did it. He know who did it. Do y'all think he gonna turn her in or she gonna turn herself in? Let me know down below. Yeah, Christina, she was in the chapel praying or whatever, and Molly came in. She was like, I heard what you said. I knew she hadn't heard everything. But yeah, she ends up hugging her and thanking her for praying for Rick and everything. I said, that should be suspicious enough right there. That definitely should. But I think that's everything. I had wrote down, and Jason mean what he said. When he said he would take a bullet for Carla, I said, we know. But yeah, I think that's everything, y'all. Let me know your thoughts on this episode down below. I don't know when it's going to upload because the power just went out, y'all. It just went out. It's been storming all week long. It's been tornadoes, but it hasn't been in this area. But yeah, it's been storming, so I don't know if this going to get uploaded today or Saturday morning or what. So we'll see. But yeah, y'all have a great weekend. Stay tuned for the next video. Until next time, deuces.